Well, today we have kind of a bittersweet video because by the time this goes out, I believe all of the Toys R Us's will have closed. At least in America, I believe the store does still exist in some places. I think Canada had their locations bought out by another company, and they're still open, so they're pretty lucky. Maybe I'll visit Canada one of these days and actually get to go to a Toys R Us again. But yeah, all of the Toys R Us's, by me at least, are gonna close or have closed already. I don't know when exactly this is gonna go up. And it's kind of sad, really. I was actually gonna do a video of going, do a candid video of me in Toys R Us, but unfortunately, it was very difficult to film because there were so many people there for the sales, and my job at the time didn't really allow me to go during some of their slower hours, which is sad. But I did get quite a few things during the sale there, and I was originally going to do like several different videos, but it got to the point where stuff was piling up, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to do it all in one big mega haul video by the time Toys R Us closes. I figured that was the most logical step, considering how much I got. There were 3 Toys R Us's around where I live. Some of them were pretty out of the way, but I usually drove by once a week to see what was going on over there. It would have been really nice to visit the Toys R Us from my childhood. When I was a kid, I used to live in Brooklyn, New York, and the one we used to go to was, it was off the Belt Parkway. I actually took a screenshot of it on Google Maps, and apparently it was still there, so it would have been really nice to go check that out. I used to have a lot of good times going to visit that one. And that one was very far away from where we used to live, so it was kind of a big event when we actually went to Toys R Us. It was nice to know that it was still around, and it stuck around for the longest time. One little fun, one little weird thing I should mention. Back in the day, Toys R Us, I think some locations still does, but back in the day, Toys R Us, the stores, used to have these vertical colored bars across the sides, and one day I was watching TV, and like the TV went out, and it did that test pattern thing with all the colored bars, and that's what I always associated that with. It was like, oh, it's like the Toys R Us channel or something. What a weird thing to associate, but yeah, that's a shame I won't get to go back to that one, but I had some pretty good locations by where I lived, and what I'm about to show you is the culmination of months of sale items. This has been going on pretty much since Toys R Us first announced they were closing some of their stores, and then they decided to close all their stores because the sale started very early. So I got a lot of things, and I won't show you everything because, one, a lot of things I got were mystery toy items. I'm going to do those for Mystery Toy Mayhem, and I think I probably I'm missing a couple things. I had to pack a few things away and move things around, so there's a good chance a couple items, not a lot, but maybe like a handful of items are not here for this video, which is a shame, but probably when you look at what I got, I think it won't really matter too much. Alright, let's get to the haul. So let's start off with a few items that are not toys, and then we'll get to the really good stuff. Let's start off with this big thing that I got here. This is Magic the Gathering Arena of the Planeswalkers. It's a board game. It's a Magic the Gathering board game. That's pretty cool. And it doesn't look like you need the Magic the Gathering cards to play it, which is really nice. Used to really love Magic the Gathering. Unfortunately, I never had too many people to play with, so I pretty much just collected the cards for a while, and I played like the online games and stuff. But I would really like to have had some friends that played Magic the Gathering, the card game. But now I have this, and hopefully I can get some of my friends to play this with me, because it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't look like you need the cards to play. It has its own set of cards. It's got some really cool figures. in there. Really nice. Don't know much about this game, though. It seems like it's easy to pick up. It's up to 5 players, which is really nice. If anybody out there has ever played this, feel free to comment and let me know how it is. So this was $5, by the way. A lot of the things I have are very, very cheap. They were acquired very cheap. All right, real quick, let's look at a couple of DVDs and a Blu-ray that I got. When it comes to DVDs and Blu-rays, Toys R Us was never the best place because they were always really expensive and they very, very rarely had any sales. In fact, the very first Toys R Us I went to when they were closing down, they didn't have any of their DVDs as part of the markdown sale. That was really strange. All the other ones did, and for some reason that one didn't, which is a shame because there were a few things there that I wanted to get, but they weren't on markdown, so missed out on that. But I grabbed a couple here. They have their price tags on them, and you can see, you know, they're usually pretty expensive. This is actually average price, I think. There. This is Avengers Confidential. Avengers Confidential, Black Widow and Punisher Blu-ray. This was, I believe this was after Lionsgate dropped Marvel and they stopped doing the animated videos and they started, and there was like a major dip in quality for the animated videos for Marvel, which is very sad. Because the animated videos they did were pretty good, and then they did like a bunch of anime videos, and they were terrible. I don't know how well this one is, but well, maybe I'll check it out one of these days. Oh, look, up to $10 movie ticket to go see The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Ooh, you couldn't pay me $10 to go see that. What I do find interesting is that price tag is browning a little bit. That means this has been in that store for a very long time, because that's what happens when something is under a fluorescent light for too long. I know this because I've worked in retail most of my life. Fluorescent lights are bad. Not to go on a tangent, but we used to keep meat under a fluorescent light in a display case, and if they're left there too long, the fluorescent light will actually start to cook the meat. We had to throw out so many hot dogs and things because they started to get discolored, and yeah, it's not fun. Fluorescent lights are bad. But anyway, I got that one. I got Ratchet and Clank. I didn't mind this movie. I'm not a huge fan of Ratchet and Clank, but I thought this movie was alright. But I do understand why people were having issues with it. Yeah, and as you can see here, $20 for the DVD. This is not the Blu-ray. So yeah, that is very overpriced, especially for a movie this old. This is what, 2 years ago? I think so. It doesn't matter. It's old enough to not be $20. I forget how much this was. I think this was like $7, which feels a lot more appropriate. And finally, I got this movie, My Life as a Zucchini. This was a very talked about movie at the 2016 Oscars for the animated category. This is a French film, I believe, and a lot of people have told me it was really good, and hopefully one of these days I want to check this out and see what all the buzz was about. Alright, so that was the movies. I also got Pokemon Ultramoon. I was hoping to get Ultra Sun too, but they ran out of those. The Ultra Suns were running out faster than these. Haven't played it yet. I do love Pokemon. Hopefully I get to play around with that one of these days. I did play Regular Moon. Regular Moon, that's a good name for it. I did play Regular Moon, and I did kind of like it, but I think it was a bit overhyped. Hopefully, whatever the next game they're working on will make up for it. In addition to that, I also got, while we're talking about games, I got some player's guides. I love collecting player's guides. This is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD Collection. Big fat player's guide for this one. This is, I think, the biggest player's guide I've seen in a while. Certainly the biggest, fattest one I own. Would love to play this game again. I would love to play it for the gameplay channel, but it's Nintendo, and you're not allowed to play Nintendo games on YouTube for some reason. Originally $25, I believe. Might have got this for 10. I'm not really sure. I genuinely don't remember prices, but just know if something has a price tag on it, I paid a lot less than what it says on there. And finally, I got another player's guide. This is for Star Fox Zero. Didn't mind this game. A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was okay. But this player's guide is really nice. It's still wrapped up. Hardcover, too. That is very rare for a game player's guide. Very nice. Maybe I'll play this again one of these days. I gotta turn my Wii U on. I keep forgetting. We don't have Wii U anymore. It's very hard to get used to the fact that we had another console so soon. Oh well. All right. Well, that is all the non-toy items that I got. So let's get to the good stuff, shall we? And oh no, it's dropping already. I thought I had these stacked up good. All right. So let's start with they released these Funko action figures of Disney Afternoon characters. There you see I got Scrooge McDuck, I got Baloo, and of course I got Chip and Dale. I got almost the entire set. I believe they have a Darkwing Duck one, but unfortunately I have not seen that one in stores. So I don't know where you can get that one, but I'm sure you can get it online for a ridiculous price. Alright, so those were just kind of laying around. So I tell you what we're going to do. Haven't had an actual bin from the toy bin in a while, have we? So why don't we go ahead and put this here and we can look at these real quick. I got some World of Nintendo figures. Look, it's Metroid. That's his name, right? It's Samus. It's a girl. Don't yell at me. The World of Nintendo figures are very underrated in my opinion. I mean, look at that. That's really nice. I've been collecting them for a while. I have a lot of Legend of Zelda ones. Some I've noticed have been very hard to find. Like, I have all of the Star Fox ones, except for Falco. I have never seen Falco in a store anywhere. And I've seen him online, and it's expensive online, obviously, but I just don't know, like, why he's not been readily available. Same thing with the Inkling Girl from Splatoon. I have the Inkling Boy. I've seen the Inkling Girl online. Never seen it in a store. But I had these two Samus ones. There's regular Samus, and then there's a Phazon suit Samus. Really like that one. Really cool. All right. So let's look at this little guy. We got a Toothless Figure. Oh, look how cute he is. Oh, he's got no teeth because his name is Toothless. Really like this one. This one is definitely not staying in the package. In fact, why don't we take him out right now and have a look at him? I want to put him on my desk. Look at that. Oh, he's so cute. Oh no, he's tied in. There we go. Free yourself, Toothless. Look at him. Oh, he's got weird eyes. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Move this out of the way. I also tried to take a look and see how many like Toys R Us exclusive items I get. I got these Pokemon, the triple set of Rowlet and his evolutions. Rowlet is one of my favorite of the starters. Toys R Us exclusive. Very nice set. Some of these I'm probably not going to keep, and I'll probably put them up on the eBay account. Just, a couple of things here and there. So I got this set really nice. Then I got for the reaction figures. Remember those? That's when they released a bunch of figures in the style of like old Kenner figures, sort of like the basic little figures that they had like Star Wars and a bunch of stuff in. But they re-released them in the style, a lot of stuff in that style, and this is from the Dark Crystal. And I believe this guy is a Toys R Us exclusive, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, there it is, Toys R Us exclusive. This is one of the crab people. Now, I bought this. I actually have a lot of the other figures. They're in a box somewhere. I bought this one, and I didn't realize that I had already had it. So this guy will definitely be going up on the eBay account. So look for that as soon as I get that set up. Hopefully I'll have that set up soon. I want to get, I still got to take pictures of stuff and make posts. Let's go back to World of Nintendo. I got a Ganondorf, big ol' Ganondorf from Wind Waker. Very nice. Huge figure. He comes in a box. I think there are a couple of World of Nintendo figures that come in a box. Like, they sell a Metroid, and I've seen this one. It comes in a very similar looking box. Very nice. Got that. Here's Power Rangers, Red Ranger, Toys R Us exclusive. Probably not going to keep that one because I'm not very attached to Power Rangers. I just kind of grabbed this one because it was the last one and it was super cheap. So, got that. Found this. This is really nice. What are these called? Rock Candy vinyl collectible from Funko. God, Funko is just everywhere nowadays. They have like a bunch of figures in this style. This is Ripley from Aliens. Very nice. I really like this one. The other ones didn't really appeal to me, but the fact that they had Ripley was very nice. So, got that. Got this Hey Arnold Bobblehead figure. A lot of like Nickelodeon stuff there. A lot of like plushies and everything. I was hoping to see some Rocco merchandise, but I did not see any of it anywhere. So, I don't know if I can get it. I like the bobblehead effect in there. Very nice figure, though. Don't know if he does anything. Don't know if he like talks or anything. Removable headphones and Walkman. That's the only other thing he does, but he's still a very, very nice figure to have. I like him. So I was hoping to see some more like metal figs, but unfortunately I didn't. But I did see these two right here. These are from the WWE. There's Paige and Sasha Banks, rather. Really like these two. You guys know how I feel about Paige, so I don't think she's with the company anymore. It's been a while since I've been following wrestling. Honestly, WWE is kind of boring me lately. Like, every time they do something good, they do something else to just completely ruin it. But I really like the wrestling figures, especially the ones that are this size. They're very nice, as all the other ones you can possibly get. I got like Triple H, John Cena, Finn Balor, Brock Lesnar, and a bunch of other ones. Yeah, these were really nice. But, speaking of metal figs and Toys R Us exclusives, I got this really nice set. That's Princess Aurora and Maleficent in dragon form. That is a very, very cool figure set. I like those. The Aurora doll she's a figure. Kind of reminds me of that Q Posket I won on Tariba. You can check out my Tariba videos to check that out. Really nice set. I like this a lot. You can get other ones in this size. I've seen this one at other stores. It wasn't a Toys R Us exclusive, but I would have really liked to have gotten the Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey. Yeah, really cool. I was worried because a lot of these metal figs, even in package, usually have like scratches and scuffs, but this one has survived pretty well. I would actually, I might do like videos on a lot of this stuff in the future, so maybe we'll pop this open and have a look at it one of these days. But for now, we're just going to move on. So you guys know that the Toy Biz Marvel figures are some of my favorite action figures of all time, and they were re-releasing a lot of really cool Marvel figures in that style, just, you know, a little bigger and more articulate. And they had a couple, but unfortunately I waited too long and a lot of them went away. And the only one they had left was Black Widow, but that's cool. I don't think Black Widow actually got a Marvel Toy Biz figure, so this is really nice to have. Really cool, a lot of detail on there, and you can see the other characters you can get on there. Wolverine, Spider-Man, you know, all the favorites. So then I got these. This is Stranger Things, again, Funko figures. These are really nice. They actually got some articulation to them. Really cool. Got the whole gang here. Apparently they sold these like individually too, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. You just get the get the 3-pack. Jeez, save yourself some time and possibly some money. They also had bigger Stranger Things figures. More detailed, more articulate. Unfortunately, they didn't have many of those left, and I really didn't want to start that collection. But I'm satisfied with these. Just got all the kids. There's my boy Dustin. Dustin's my favorite character, and he got the Demogorgon. And on the back, it's just artwork from the show. really nice figures. I might do a video on these at some point, so we'll put those aside. Alright, so what we got left here is some Ghostbusters figures. So we got these really, really nice, large, very, very impressively detailed Ghostbusters figures. This is Ray from Ghostbusters 2, obviously. They have, all different figures from this. They have like Slimer and the Hellhounds, and just like they go through every single like iconic character from the first 2 movies, and they make him an action figure, as you will soon see in a few minutes. He's got his Ghostbusters 2 gear on. Creepy face. They are very well detailed. He's got the Santa Claus hat from that one scene in Ghostbusters 2. So we got that. We got Viggo, the Scourge of Carpathia. I just love the fact that there's a Viggo figure. That's something that's never happened. And look, there he is, scowling at the mortals. Really cool. It doesn't come with any accessories, but he's got a stand. Very nice. Again, good detail. And here's the one that'll make you geek out. It's Louis Tully. Louis Tully in his Ghostbusters gear from Ghostbusters 2. Really nice. Got the proton pack. Got extra hands. Got a walkie-talkie. Really cool. I just love that there's a Louis Tully figure. Really cool. And there's other ones too. There's one of him as Vince Clorthos, and I think that's the only one. But we'll find out in a minute, because those are not the only Ghostbusters figures I got. Not by a long shot. Okay, give me 1 second. I have to set this up. Abracadabra, and we're back. So we get another bin of stuff, and it's full of more Ghostbusters figures. I pretty much cleaned out all the Ghostbusters figures from Toys R Us when they were on sale. A couple of these I actually already had, but I did buy them at a Toys R Us just a long time ago, so we might as well just take a look at them now. There you see Egon. There you go, good old Harold Ramis, who left us far too soon. Again, lots of accessories, attention to detail, very cool. This one is Winston. This one I actually had from the earlier purchase. I actually bought this years and years ago. His head is kind of hanging in shame because he was a part of the Ghostbusters reboot, possibly. Oh boy. Again, he's more accessories. He's got his trap. He's got goggles. Is those goggles? Yes, those are goggles. Or are they? What are those? Oh no, wait, that's the little foot pedal for the trap. There's walkie-talkie, all kinds of hands, gloves, ungloved. Very cool. These figures are really, really good. And there's good old Louis Tully. Maybe as Vince Clorthos. That looks like the suit he was wearing when he was possessed. Again, hanging his head in shame because of the Ghostbusters reboot. It's weird that I got one like that. I would actually, if I had a place to display these would actually come out of the packages. But nope, there's Louis Tully. Got him when I got Winston, and I also got Ray, like Ghostbusters 1 Ray, when I got these at Toys R Us initially, like years and years ago. There are the goggles. There's the goggles. More accessories. Same accessories. Really cool. Again, very, very nice figures. Alright, let's look at the rest of the ones that I got. Let's finish off the Ghostbusters. There's Peter Venkman, Bill Murray. Again, all these really cool accessories. Very good likeness. Lots of articulation. And then we got Janine. There's a Janine action figure. Sweet. And she's got the bell. Her best accessory. And the phone and a bunch of Chinese food. Because I guess they couldn't figure out what kind of accessories to give to Janine. It would have been really nice if there was like a version of Janine in a Ghostbusters suit, because in the real Ghostbusters she did do some ghost busting with the boys, so it would have been nice to see that. And you can see some more of the figures. There's Slimer. There's Quentin Time Ray. Yeah, they have a lot of variant figures in this line. There's like ones that are slimed, and they have like the Ghostbusters 2 uniforms, etc., etc. And here we have there's Gozer. You gotta have Gozer. Very nice. Love the Gozer. She got an extra head. She's got her hands there. Never really like took a good look at her outfit. They're like, it's like weird, like covered in weird pustules, and it's kind of gross actually. Really cool. They had a Gozer figure, and then finally, top 10 things you never thought would get an action figure. Walter Peck. Old dickless himself, Walter Peck, with no accessories. Look at him, he's all smug, thinks he knows everything. Yeah, there's a Walter Peck action figure. I never in my life thought that would ever be a thing. Let me see if there's like, they have pictures of some of the other figures on the backs of any of these. Nope. 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 It's just the regular characters. Because I know they have. Oh yeah, here's one. Here's one. There you see. There's slimed Peter Venkman. You can get that somewhere somehow. I guess. I don't know. There's just the regular ones. Yeah, they have ones of like the Hellhounds, and they have. I think they have like the zombie cab driver from that one scene in the first movie. They have Slimer, of course. I think they have other ones, but I can't really remember right now. I see them occasionally in like other places, like comic book shops and stuff. But yeah, these are all the ones they had at Toys R Us, which is cool that I got a good amount of the set, and maybe somewhere, somehow, I'll get some more someday. And now we take a look at a couple other things I had here, and we'll look at. Well, we're slowly coming into some of the best things I purchased. So we only got a couple things left. So I, for some reason, also got these. These are these Funko? Of course they're Funko. They're vinyl Thundercats, and yeah, they look like this. If any of you saw my video, the last video I did when I went to the Super Toy Show. You probably saw that I found this one in someone's booth. I think it was pretty expensive too. I don't remember how much it was. These, I think I got these for like $10 each, which still feels a bit pricey for what they are. Although this one is some kind of exclusive, so I guess that's something. Yeah, they're kind of weird. I think I just bought these for completionist purposes because I love Thundercats. But they're so strange looking. They had other figures like this. They had like DC characters, and I believe they had Masters of the Universe. I was actually going to get the Masters of the Universe ones, but they ran out before the prices went down low enough that I was willing to pay for those. Oh man, look at that. Well, still looks better than Thundercats Go. I'm sorry, did I say Thundercats Go? I meant Thundercats Roar. Whatever. It's trash. But these are still better than that. So I got those, but now it's time to show you the best things that I picked up for a very, very good price. Yeah, these bad boys. Look at this. Got these big old Thundercats figures. Let me move in close so you can take a good look at that. Look at that. Oh, man. Look at all that detail. Look at that extra head that's in a neutral position, but the one on him is roaring. Oh, really cool. Does he have a Sword of Omens? Yes, he does. It's in the back there. Look at I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Yeah, peeking out from behind him. Really cool. I think I'm going to do like an actual video on these at some point. Maybe sometime around the time I do episode 100 of Cartoon Clip Show. Maybe we'll do like a big Thundercats week on this channel or something. I don't know. And of course you got Mumra, who does not have any additional heads or anything. Looks like he's got something wrapped up behind him there, but I'm not sure what that is. That cape looks like it's actual cloth. My one issue here is that Mumra is basically the same size as Lino, and Mumra should be friggin' huge. Mumra is a big old monster, and oh, yeah, look at that. You can pose him like that in the matte painting of Castle the Cat's Lair. I almost said Castle Grayskull. I'm too. It's late at night and my brain's kind of fried. But really, really cool figures. Let me make sure it's not glaring. These are really cool figures. They sold at Toys R Us, I think, for $40. But I've seen these at like conventions and stuff and comic shops for much, much more. And I think I paid $20 each for these. So that was a really, really good deal. I love these. These are like, I actually had my eye on these at the first Toys R Us I was at. I kept waiting week after week for the prices to go down. And I was getting kind of worried because, you know, stuff at that store was going away. But these were sticking around. They actually had like, I think there was like 3 of each of these. And the one week that I actually was ready to purchase them, they were not on the shelf. They were not on the shelf where they would normally be. So I was so mad, but then, you know, I was still shopping there. I was going around. And I actually found Mum-Ra in like an aisle with like the Transformers or whatever, some unrelated thing. So he was sitting on the shelf and I was like, grab mine. And then I was walking around again. I was like, if they have Mum-Ra, Lion-O still got to be here somewhere. So I kept walking around, and sure enough, I found a Lion-O just on a shelf. I guess somebody picked them up and abandoned them and didn't want them. And then I reaped the rewards. Ha ha! I win. Well, that is my Toys R Us haul. I knocked over the DVDs, but that's okay. Really got a lot of really good things, and that's kind of the bittersweet part about this because you know, for all the deals that we got out of this, you know, it is still very sad that Toys R Us will be leaving. You know, it's kind of the end of an era. You know, Canadians are lucky because you guys still got your Toys R Us's for the time being. Treat them right. Treat them right. Give them your business, or at least give them a chance. You know, make them feel appreciated in the lands that they still exist. But sadly for us Americans, we gotta say goodbye to our beloved toy store. Actually, you know what? I do have one more item that I purchased before the store shut down, and I'm actually surprised they had some of these. It's a Geoffrey the Giraffe. They had a big old bin of these hanging out at one of the Toys R Us's, and I figure, you know, might as well, right? Never had a Geoffrey the Giraffe. This is not my Geoffrey the Giraffe, unfortunately. The era I grew up in had the Geoffrey design was a little bit more endearing and more inviting. I don't really know when they changed their mascot. I think that one was from like the 80s, 90s, and possibly into the 2000s, but I'm not really sure. I don't really know much about when they changed their corporate identity. But this Geoffrey's really nice too. I really like him. I like the spots are stars, and he still looks very friendly. Really nice. I would actually love to get a vintage Geoffrey from the era I'm familiar with, but I'm sure they're gonna be very, very expensive now. Oh well, maybe it'll pop up at a flea market or something. I get it one cheap. But this guy's really nice. I like to think that everyone who shopped at Toys R Us and took advantage of the sales before the store was closed took a little piece of Toys R Us home with them. So the spirit will live on, even though the stores are closed. Well, thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know which of these things that I showed off was your favorite. Let me know if you got anything really cool from Toys R Us before they closed. You know, tell me about your Toys R Us memories. And again, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And I think we should just end this video with a moment of silence for our fallen childhood toy store.